Well, Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, says that the military had carried out a surprise attack on Wednesday, targeting hundreds of Hezbollah members right across Lebanon.
The IDF carried out surprise strike on hundreds of Hezbollah terrorists at command centers across Lebanon. This is the largest concentrated blow Hezbollah has suffered since Operation Beepers.
Okay, let's bring in Ori Goldberg, who's an Israeli political commentator, joins us now from Tel Aviv. Hi there, Ori. So we've seen this big uptick in violence in Lebanon, not least in Beirut, where we've been seeing, perhaps we can see them, pictures of ongoing rescue operations being carried out in Beirut. And there are many, Ori, who say that this was all an effort to try and sabotage the deal in Iran. Do you think that theory has legs at all?
To some extent, yeah. I think Israel is desperately trying to show that it controls at least some of the game effectively. But it's not just about sabotaging the deal with Iran. It's about very clear demands as regards domestic politics in Israel. Israel, especially Prime Minister Netanyahu, has to demonstrate to the residents of Israel's north that he is doing his utmost to ensure their security. Now, in Israel, everybody knows that security means no Arabs in the vicinity.
So from the point of view of Benjamin Netanyahu and his position as Prime Minister, is it weakened by a ceasefire being called between Iran and the United States?
Of course he is. He bet everything he had on Trump staying the course, going all the way, attacking Iran, either dismantling the Islamic Republic or causing enough destruction or going directly after the nuclear material. None of that actually happened. Israel was given leeway and the ability to bomb Iran incessantly. The Americans bombed from the sea and to some extent from the air. Israel met with very little resistance because Iran doesn't effectively have an air force. And the Iranian Navy, which was apparently destroyed, is now cordoning the Straits of Hormuz and has brought the President of the United States to agree to a joint taxing operation, the profits of which will pay for Iran's reconstruction. So I dare say, I think, Netanyahu lost.
Do you think there is a danger that the ceasefire could be put in jeopardy by these ongoing attacks that have taken place within Lebanon by Israel?
Well, I think it now depends on the international community. I know that's a pejorative phrase almost, but I think much depends on the international community, because what Israel is doing in Lebanon is patently illegal. And it also really, not that it matters, but it has absolutely no military rationale, because if Israel can do this now, why didn't it do it beforehand? And why does it have to strike 100 targets in a minute? This is a pyrotechnics show meant to demonstrate Israel's effectiveness while ultimately demonstrating its despair. And the only entity that can stop it is the international community that will defend Lebanon's sovereign rights, which have been violated for decades but are now almost non-existent. If the world chooses to intervene, and there's reason to assume that might happen, because I think Trump has written Netanyahu off as a liability, and that means in Lebanon, not just in Iran and in Palestine, but I don't know. It could go the other way. If the world intervenes, Israel will stop. This has already been proven. As far as Israelis go, the war with Iran is over, and we're going back to normal tomorrow.
Netanyahu has said that operations in Lebanon will continue, but he quite often ups the ante directly before a ceasefire. How do you read it?
It's all he has left. He's a degenerate gambler who has absolutely nothing in terms of chips and has to go double or nothing constantly. As you say, not just upping the ante, but really risking everything he has. He bet it all on Trump. He lost. He thought he could keep Trump on a short leash. He messed that up as well. So now what he has is Lebanon, which has been Israel's favorite stomping ground in terms of sovereignty violation and aggression generally. And really now it's up to the international community about whether it intervenes. Although I think you're right. I don't think Netanyahu is going to go all the way. I don't think he's going to destroy southern Lebanon. I think he really is desperate. I think he's waiting for the other shoe to drop.
What does international community intervention even look like, given that Benjamin Netanyahu seems to have no regard at all for the rules of war or of engagement, indeed?
Good question. I doubt it has anything to do with the rules of war, but it has plenty to do with sanctions. It has plenty to do with the European Union negatively reviewing Israel's Articles of Association. It has everything to do with a continuous cold shoulder from Washington, D.C. If this happens, I don't think Israel can keep doing this alone. I think this was very directly done for political reasons, not so much in Lebanese context, but in an Israeli context. So Israelis won't stop this. This is now seen even by Israelis as a partisan political battle. As long as that's the case, Israelis won't stop this. Sanctions are required. Trial proceedings, or at the very least inquiries, discussions in international legal tribunals, and the willingness that I think has proven itself of global leaders to basically stand up to Israel. I will be surprised if we don't see French President Macron, for example, step in.
Ori, thanks for that. Ori Goldberg there on the complexities of the ongoing situation across Lebanon, Israel, and indeed Iran. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.